Hey y'all.
How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing good. I just came off a a day and a half snow day here in North Carolina, and we got snow and ice, and so I got to go home early on Thursday, and then I took yesterday off. So I was able to really work and finish these up, and I'm very happy with how they came out. I started these when I was working on the custom Mother Goose journal that I did, and I'm super happy with these. I love them. I think they're all really cool. They would all make great baby books. I think this one is the most feminine out of the three. So this would definitely be a great little girl, a small child. If you just love this kind of stuff, it would work for that too. There are, there's some baby elements in it, but they would all make wonderful baby books, and I think these two would be great for a boy and girl. Either way, great unisex ones. This one's probably a little more girly than the rest, but either way, even if you like, this kind of book, there are baby things in it, but I really think that you could use it for anything if you just love this kind of stuff. But my intention was, baby books. So I'm going to show this one last. I'm going to go through this one first. And I tried to find the copyright page on this book and I can't find it. I've used it somewhere. So I must have used the image and tore the page up. The pages in this book were pretty brittle. Pretty sure it's from the 40s, maybe mid 40s. Kind of like the other Romney Gay books, like this one. There's a page from this one. This one was 1945. And there's some other images here. I'll show you the pages are fairly, you can see the pages were fairly brittle. So I did not, put all the pages in here. I used some of the elements from the book, and I kind of put a little bit of several of Mother Goose and several of my really fun images throughout all three of these books. Probably more so in this one and the 365 stories. So this is the Golden Book of 365 Stories, illustrated by Richardson. And so there's a mixture. It's just a mixture of stuff, and similar to the way I've done the last few baby books, the way I did my granddaughter's book, and so forth. So that being said, you'll see what's in here, and then you'll get a large bag with each journal. This little bag is full of like little cards and fun things to play with, tags, some vintage cards, just a bunch of fun stuff. And then there's some other book pages in here from several different books. I made some washi tape, so there's 4 or 5 strips of washi tape. There's some fabrics in here that you can use. There are a couple of vintage wrapping papers. There's some vintage doily flowers, some pom-pom trim, a little bit of ribbon. This is a seam binding in here. So a really nice package of things to play with in here. So this one it's like 8 by 11. So it's a really good size. I tried not to, there's still plenty of room in here. I tried not to chunk it up so much to give you room to play. I did do, embellishing and things, and I put this really cool charm on here. So I have wooden beads. I have these really cool, Renee over at GT Designs sent me this really cool package of their circus dominoes. So they have like the elephant and the lion and there's popcorn and circus tent and things like that on them. But I chose the little animals to go on this one and on the other big book too. I just thought that they're just really cool. And then, of course, beads and vintage buttons. And there's glass beads. There's a ladybug. There's a turtle, there's a butterfly. Just really, really fun. I had a lot of fun. You know, y'all know I love making the charms, and I love using all kinds of different things. And then I did the scrappy tie like I did on the other, like I do on my other books. This one is also using quilt pieces, and this is vintage linen on the back. So this frays more, but it will eventually stop. You know, it will eventually stop, and you'll just have kind of that little rough edge. But these they just feel great. And you can probably, this is probably long enough you can tie it in a bow. I just kind of tied it in a knot. And you can use this as a tie. Like I always say, you can use this as a tie, or you can cut it up in pieces and use it in other places in the book. So let me just make sure I'm in frame, and I'm not. Okay, so you can see. So I didn't really count the pages. I'm thinking probably between 80 and 90 pages in here. So you double that, you know, that gives you like 190 spots. So this one actually, I will tell you, I'm having a hard time letting this one go, but I'm gonna let it go because I had initially, when I started this one, I started making this one for me as a second book for my granddaughter. But I thought, you know what? No, I don't need to keep it. I have so many other things that I can make, and I'm only about a third way through her first baby book. But the images inside this book are just amazing. It's just beautiful. So that's the inside of the front cover, and then this is the back. So it's just really cool, and then this is the back of it. Okay, and then this is not, I pieced these quilt pieces together because these are the colors. I wanted a variation in color because I really I didn't want to make it too girly, too, you know, I just like things mixed up. So this would really be good for, you know, for either. I mean, a good book if you've got grandchildren, you know, and you have a boy and a girl, or just a girl. There are some girly things in here too, but y'all kind of know my style if you've watched. If you're new to my channel, you know, I really like to mix things up. I don't like something too themey. But I love scrapbook paper, so most of the time you're going to see scrapbook paper, cardstock in my journals. It gives it some weight, and then I love to mix the old with the new. So anyway, I love this paper right here. I believe this is a Maggie Holmes paper, and she's one of my favorites. Put a pocket here, and then in each one of these journals there's a tag made from a page from a little prayer book, and it's really old. You can tell the aging in it. So I just made little tags out of them, and that came from Faydra. I believe she gave me that a while back. So there's an envelope. This came from another children's book. I just clipped it in with a heart paper clip, and I left it so that if you want to flip it around the other way and watch the bird eating the worms, you can, or you can keep it this way with them eating the lettuce. So I think this is a big version of the Friendly book. I don't know if you guys have seen that little golden book, but I made one out of one of those books. So this is a large book, and I just love the paper is that really cool cottony thick texture, and the coloring is just amazing. But Richardson book pages, same kind of really nice. This is thicker than even this. Love these images, love this paper. Some wrapping paper. This is not vintage. This is some I actually bought last year and have used to, you know, wrap gifts, and sometimes I'll use it to wrap journals and stuff. This is from a really old children's workbook. This is like a resume paper, scrapbook paper, vintage linen, and lace here that I just made a little pocket out of. These are some little Peter Rabbit cards that Jessica sent me, and I just made some into tags, and I put index card on the back, and just made little journaling tags out of them. Some vintage graph paper that I tea-dyed. This is also from another large children's book that I made the envelope out of. And if you'll see, I may need to put some washi tape on this, because sometimes these pages, I'll go back and reinforce that. Sometimes these pages start to crack a little bit. The rest of the envelope's fine, but I just noticed that, so I'll fix that. Put another little golden book. That was actually a Richardson book. Stitch that in. And here, this is a really cool little vintage quilt piece, and it's got the little kids on it, and I just thought it was really cute. It was like a octagon shape, you know, for a quilt. And I think Jessica Rapp sent me a couple of those pieces, and it's really grungy, it's old, and I just cut it up and made a little pocket and reinforced it with paper on the back. And just stuck a little piece of ledger in here for a journaling spot. And then also in each one of these books, I took one of my Eloise Wilkins little golden book, little board book, and I made you like a little writing thing with it. So just made it like a big tag, and you can use it to write on in here. One of my little fabric flowers and a vintage little cotton doily flower. And then on the back of this sheet, I stitched in a large plastic sleeve, so you can use that however you want to. I just put another larger book page in there that if you want to, you can use it as a large page, or you can cut the little images out and, you know, paste them somewhere. You know, just something else for you to play with in here. Music paper. So you get the idea. This is one of my pockets, okay, that I made from. These pages actually came from the golden book, 365 stories, and then these are images that I fussy cut out of some other large children's book and made this large pocket, and then made a tag to go in it, okay? So you can, I just clipped it in, of course, I'm gonna have a hard time on camera. I just clipped it in here so that you can put it wherever you want in the book. And then this little page flips out. That was one that I added the cardstock to extend the page. I really like this size book. If you're kind of like me and you like to put a lot of photos along with minimal journaling, I'm really more of the photo person. I always struggle actually getting my journaling in. This size book is great for either, really, but you can put a lot of pictures. So it's more space, just more space to work with. So that's the first signature. So this is the second signature. This came out of another prayer book, and it's that nice paper. And I just love this little girl. I just thought it was pretty. This was a cover of some Italian music, and I just kind of made this into a pocket here. You've got a couple of these sleeves in here that I made journaling cards. This is a Prima journaling card. This is just an index card that I took some stickers and made. And same thing here. I just took a little strip and took the, this is a little saying from another authentic paper that Renee sent me. I had ordered some stuff from her. Well, actually, that was a big Happy Mail she sent me. So that was the one before. She just recently sent me some other stuff. I ordered something from her, and she sent me a bunch of really cool stuff. I've got to show you guys that. But anyway, this says, let me love you a little more before you're not little anymore. Really cute. Here I just put some little, these are kind of like a little rubbery sticker. And they'll stay, but they're also, you can also move these. They're really cool. I think that came from when I was doing a lot of scrapbooking. I think it came in a kit, a citrus twist kit. I've had it forever. So this is a file folder. I just clipped a page from another beautiful vintage book, music book. So I thought you might want to, whoever gets this might want to use that somewhere. So I just folded it over. clipped it in. Another little music paper that I tea-dyed. I just left this sort of open like a pocket here. Beatrice Potter page. Scrapbook paper. I did put vintage buttons and signatures. Just the other side of that music. And I just made a little tag here. The file folder. Stitched, y'all know this is, if you watch me at all, you know this is one of my favorite books too. It's a childcraft book, so I stitched a page from there. Vintage ledger. And this is scrapbook paper. So here's the hidden paper clip. So I just put a little love you up underneath here. So this is one side of the clip. And then the other side is an envelope. So this just clips right here. And then the envelope opens up and it just tucks. I did not put anything in the envelope. I figured that you do that. More of the clear sleeves. Another pocket with the black paper and the other side of that music. And I stuck another little kid page and a journaling card in here. So that's the end of the second signature. Then this is the third signature. So this actually came from this book. It's this little pig. And it's really cute. So, like I said, those pages are really frail. I'm pretty sure I did give you, I think there's one of them in here. Gave you another one in here. And I lightly folded it up. It's either in here or it's in your bag. But you did get some of another page from this book. But I just had to be very careful with these because they were fairly fragile. But this is this little pig went to market. I thought it was so cute. More scrapbook paper. This, I just extended this page. I glued it. I didn't sew it. Then I clipped another book page on the back of that. This is a printable from a Winnie the Pooh book. Just a little heart tab there. This is also an authentic paper. It's double-sided. I really love it. It's got little rabbits all over it. This is a little flip. And actually, it's a little tuck here. And a tuck here. So, you can use it like that. Then this page is just white on this side, and I just added a flip out. Here is another page from the book that I stitched on to the back of this paper. See the colors? The colors are just amazing. This is Wee Willie Winky. And you can see that I have mixed pinks and blues and yellows and browns and, you know, all sorts of colors in here. So it's really, you know, it really can be used either way. This is a linen that I turned into a pocket. And then I believe the page I was talking about, is it in here? No, it must be in your, for this one, I think it'll be in the bag of goodies. But, so I did put a little piece of the Romney Gay, one of the book pages in there. And then this is another really cool vintage book with lullabies. So this is a Swedish cradle song. And look at the image on that. Look at that. So cute. The little puppy and the little bear. It's really, really cute. And then another page from one of the childcraft books. This one actually has been written on, but it's still really cute. And some people really love that anyway. So some kid had a really good time with the ink pen on that one. Anyway, so I stuck those in there for you. So that's the end of the third signature. So this is the fourth signature. More little journaling spots that I made. Richard Scary. Some more vintage wrapping paper. Here is just a little fabric flip, and I'm not sure, I can't remember. I think either one of my customers sent me that or Renee sent me that. I got a bunch of fabric at the same time. So here's the middle of this signature. I just glued some little strips here of paper. Added another large vintage page, which I love, and Let me tell you, I hoard these, you guys. I'm sharing this stuff. I love these. I love these pages. They're huge. They're that nice, really thick paper, really cool texture, and just awesome. Put another one of those in here. I'm sharing. And then another Richardson. I made an envelope. Here I just glued an envelope here, and so you got a little pocket here, and then I put some washi on this side, and then just put a little, I thought it was cute, his head's upside down. I thought that was funny, he was peeking through. Little flash card. This is this particular paper, there's a couple of them in here. I didn't point that out. These are recycled from work. You know, you get the tab dividers at work, and they have the little yellow, they have the little clear things here. These had, I just cut the clear things off of them because I don't particularly care for those. But I use this paper is really cool, and I like the colors. So you've got little holes down here. And what I thought would be really cool is you could tie a ribbon through that, or, you know, hang a little charm or buttons from that. I didn't do that because I want, you know, you to make this your own. I did do some embellishing, but I tried not to overdo it. So here's another really cool flash card and journaling card. Writing paper that I tea dyed. And then a large, this is like 5 by 7. This slips in this way. Little plastic protector with some journaling spots. And this is feed sack fabric washi. And then that's the back. So I did put book corners on these. The book itself's in great shape. It had that, I don't know if you've ever come across these books that have like that sort of plastic layer on it that was peeling off, and I just peeled all that plastic off of it because it looked really bad. But the underneath it is great. And just added the corners because the corners were a little rough, but the rest of it, that plastic really protected this. But I didn't want to leave it like that because it did look bad. But anyway, so that's this one. And this is the tie. I'm try not to go too fast, but I really just want to do one video for these 3 guys. I don't want to do 3 separate videos, so I'm going to do the golden book, the 365 stories next, and then the other Mother Goose will be last. So this one is the same size. It is, yeah, 8 by 11. Same size as the last one. And then now the tie on this one, most of this is newer fabric. This might be a little bit older. This is some really cool fabric that Renee sent me. It's really cute, and you'll get a piece of this washi. All right, I got some strings going here. In your little kit that comes with this. So these are all newer fabrics, but they look like older fabrics. So, but the colors, I really try to look at the colors of things. I like the colors of that. And then I did the same thing here. I had some of that fabric that I used on the last Mother Goose left over, and some other of the pieces that were in the tie. And then this was some fabric that I had. And what I did, you can see this sort of stitching down the middle, was I pieced these pieces together. And then just as extra reinforcement, I stitched down the middle. So this one has 4 signatures. It's got the charm similar to the last one, but the elements, you know, the buttons and the beads and things are a little bit different. You know, the butterfly is the same, and the ladybug, but these buttons up here are different. And then this one has the horse and the elephant on it, the domino. So inside of this book, this was the inside cover. That's how the book was. I didn't want to cover any of that up. You can choose to put pockets on it or whatever, but I just love the images. And then the back of this book is super cute too. Look at that. Really, really cool book. And this is probably from the 70s. And there are more pages that actually came from this book in this one. And then there's a mixture of the other books. Just like I did the other one. So you got a pocket here. Here's the tag that I made for this one from the prayer book. And then, and this is, I don't know if I told you, but this is on like I save my cracker boxes and cereal boxes and stuff, and I use that. So this is a little bit thicker, sturdier tag. So it'd be great to use as like a bookmark, or, you know, I'll put that other one in here for you too, though. So this, I just stitched some little hearts on the edge of that. Here's some vintage wrapping paper. Really cute. I put a little pocket here. This is some vintage linen and lace. I didn't stitch on this. I just glued this in because, I don't know, sometimes I don't like, I just think that's so pretty like it is, but it probably would have been pretty if I'd have just stitched black around it and then glued it in. Here's a little vintage card. A little thing that says love on the back. The little fabric flip. Richardson. Writing paper. These are some pages from Pete Can Draw book, and they're kind of plain. I really did try to leave you space, you know, to do your own thing. So here's an envelope here. This time the little turtle's eating bugs from that same book. Little buttons in the signature. This is from that workbook, that vintage workbook. So here I took the cover page from this book and stitched it in here. And actually this copyright on this book was 1955, but this was the 1974 copy of it. So these were older than I thought. I guess because most of the ones I find are printed in the 70s. So there's a little sleeve, you know, the little photo sleeve in here. And here's some of that fabric that I made into washi. And made a little journaling card here. This is just a plain journaling card on the back. Here is another little journaling card that I made. And then when I tried to put it in here, because I wasn't using my brain, you know, when you go over like that, it won't fit in the sleeve. But I left you the card. Here's the little Beatrice Potter card tag. Another envelope from Richardson book. And then this is some of my tea-dyed like mixed media paper, and I extended this. This is the end of this signature, and I extended this out. But on the back side, I left it a pocket. So I tucked the board book little tag or big tag back here that you could use as, you know, writing. Pocket wrapping paper, cardstock. This is a little pocket. Beatrice Potter. This is a page I just stuck in here from the Three Little Pigs. I just thought it was really cute. And I love these images. So I just thought it would be fun to put some of these bigger pages in here for you guys to, and I just folded it over. I didn't even clip it in. This is from the actual book. Geez, I hope I've been in frame. And I apologize for the shadows. It's getting later in the afternoon, so my natural light's creating some shadows in here. So this, I extended this page, and I just used glue. So what I did was on the inside, I just used some washi tape, which I thought would be kind of cool. They're a little label washi tape. This is the Washi Wednesday tape. And then on this side, I put this really cool sort of velvety rickrack that I got from Jessica Rapp. I called her and I said, well, I messaged her and I said, I need rickrack. And I don't want to buy a lot of, 5 pounds of it. Do you have any? So I got some from her. So this is another large page from one of the children's books, and I just love the birdies. So I also put that one in here. I put a lot of really my absolute favorite things in these books. I love them. I hope you guys like them. This is wallpaper right here. I believe I got this from Johnny over at Junk Journal Shop. And then there's a little wooden button with a bird on it and a little vintage button. This is that straw paper that I got from Rachel at Roxy Creations. This is another page from the book that I stitched onto the file folder. And then I clipped on a page from the Romney Gay book that's got the really cool tape on it. And that, I didn't make that tape. That's the way that book was when I got it. Some kids writing paper. Another Richard Scarry envelope. Here is the paper clip in this one with the little image that I got from Pretty Little Studio and just some little paper and rickrack. And then this is tucked up underneath it. And then the other side is the envelope. And I about glued all these together, what I did. With the heart. Way to go, Carla. Okay. I really did glue that one in, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that. Here we go. I got it, I got it. I got it. Yep. There we go. Anyhow, I may put a little button or something there because I just about messed that one up. But anyway, so here's one side of it, and then this is the envelope on the other side. That opens up like that and tucks. And then this I had stuck up underneath this side. So this just, these are really fun to make. I did a video. These are a little bit smaller and than the big ones. So you can just use whatever to make these hidden paper clips. And they work really well. They hold stuff in there really well. Then here is the pocket that I made. This I used a flyleaf page, and then some scrapbook paper and image from a book, some fabric and little buttons and rickrack down here, and then put the tag in it. I love making these things. I'm still working on a bunch of them and trying to get some little packs together. So I've been kind of going back and forth working on these and working on my journals and then doing some other fun things. Okay, so that was the end of the second signature. This is the third one. I'm going to start moving a little bit quicker because I'm not sure how much time I have left. Let me see. This was a little journaling card that I made. Yeah, this is going to be a long video. I may just, I may do I'll probably do the smaller Mother Goose in another video because I'm already over 30 minutes. But I want you to really be able to see, what I've done in here. I put a lot of work and a lot of love and a lot of things in these books. And I just really am really happy, super happy with how they came out. And I hope you guys like them. There's just so much in here. This is some really cool wallpaper. I love this right here, the wrong side of the bed. You ever wake up on the wrong side of the bed? I know I do. And then here I used this is also a vintage. This was like a vintage table runner, and it's cross stitched. So there's these cross stitched flowers and butterflies on here. And then in this pocket in this book, there is another one of those lullaby pages. And then I put this, this came from the actual Mother Goose book. I put it in this one. And then another big page from that other kid's book. And then this is just a little like vintage ad with babies. So all that is tucked in here. another envelope. This one I actually stitched in. This one came from that large Three Little Pigs book. There's another from the Gay, and then there's this really old, this is from a really old book, but I thought it'd be fun to use in collage. Another little envelope, and there's a little journaling card in there with a cat. And then this one I stuck another music page in here. Beatrice Potter. This is a big clip, and this is fairly thick paper right here. This is even a thicker mixed media paper on the back. And that is that one. So I hope that you guys like these. They'll be in the shop if you're interested. So that is that one, and that is that one. And let's see, this is the, I believe, I'm gonna get them mixed up now. No. This is the pack that comes with this one, and this is the pack that comes with this one. So it's similar, very similar items. They're not all identical, but the same amount of things, and lots of fun stuff to play with in those. But anyway, so I'll be back with the other Mother Goose here shortly, and love you guys. Thanks for watching. Hope everybody's having a great day. Bye.